Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lou Bar's Garage. I am Luis, and welcome to the very first episode in our new garage here. I'm really excited. If you saw the last episode, we kind of just went over the details and updates. So if you haven't seen it, guys, I recommend just going back and watching it just to kind of get the full layout, kind of what we're thinking about moving forward with our new spot here. So for this episode, guys, I just wanted to talk about and give you an update on the Borla exhaust that I installed on my 2023 Honda Civic Sport Touring about 3 months ago or so now at this point. And after driving it a while, just wanted to share with you just an honest review, some of the things that I found a little bit kind of quirky, some of the things that I really enjoy about it, and so forth. So without further ado, guys, we're just going to go ahead and just kind of jump right into this episode here. We did go ahead and install a Borla S-Type Exhaust on the Honda Civic here about 3 months ago, like I said. At first, I was really excited about it. I really wasn't super pumped about the price point on the actual exhaust system. And the reason why I went with the Borla S-Type exhaust is because if you guys remember my old Mazda, I did have a Borla S-Type axle back, and I just loved the way that it sounded. I thought it was really nice sound. It wasn't overbearing. It wasn't super annoying or anything like that. It was just perfect. I liked the tone of it. It was just really nice. So I decided that as I was looking to do an upgrade on the Honda, because of the stock exhaust was really quiet, and as I was building this out, I wanted to give it a little bit more of a presence. So if you guys haven't seen that video, guys, I recommend going and seeing the video of where I installed and did kind of a quick review and some sound clips of what it sounded like before and after. 4 things that I really found about this new exhaust that I thought were a little bit kind of quirky. First and foremost, guys, the price point was about $1,500. It's the most that I've ever spent on an exhaust system, to be honest with you. That axle back exhaust that I had before was about maybe $500, but this is a full exhaust system from the front to the back. And with this type of car specifically, it doesn't have any like exhaust tips, so that's kind of interesting. I can go ahead and show you guys a little bit later. But I did want to say, in the cabin, I feel like when I'm driving, it is pretty noisy, a little bit more noisy than I was kind of hoping for. I did want a little bit more of sound, but not like an overbearing sound, right? And so even if I'm driving with my windows down or something, it can kind of get a little bit loud kind of from the back. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, for those of you that do use your cruise control on the freeway, one of the things with this, it does have adaptive cruise control. Basically what that means is if you're driving down the freeway, you got your cruise control locked in, a car gets in front of you, it'll slow down, that way you can avoid collision. But then once the car moves out of that lane, it'll go back to what you had it set at. What I found interesting is that the first time it happened to me, I was kind of freaking out, like, oh my gosh, did I break my car or something? But it does this thing where if that happens, if you do have your adaptive cruise control, car gets in your lane, you slow down, right? It slows you down. Once that car gets out of your lane, it'll start to get you back to what you had it set out. But what it does is actually cancels out your adaptive cruise control for whatever reason. So it's just kind of a weird little glitch or something that happens. It'll just kick you out of the adaptive cruise control, and you basically just have to get back up to the speed that you had at and re-engage it. That was an interesting thing as well. All right, so point number 3, guys, it does this weird thing. So if I step on the gas, right, it kind of has this lag for about a second or two, and then it just kind of thrusts you forward. It's the kind of the weirdest thing ever, actually. I've never experienced such a thing either. Basically, yeah, I'll push the gas right, and then it'll just kind of go and then just kind of push you forward. That's kind of a weird thing too. It's kind of like a 1-2 second lag there. I don't really like that. And then finally, guys, as I was stating, that there is no exhaust tips or anything like that. It is integrated into the exhaust system, and yeah, it doesn't come out, you can't see anything like that. So that was kind of another, I guess, disappointment, but I guess it's just because of the way that this specific Sport Touring is built. There is no space for it, unless maybe you cut out the bezel there or something like that. But I think that would even look a little funny. One more thing that I forgot to mention as well, I guess it would be the 5th point, is that when I was installing the exhaust system, is I actually had to remove the rear bumper completely because of the way that the system is built. I wasn't able to kind of slide the pipes through the bezels in the back there. So that was kind of a a little bit of an unexpected thing that I had to do. I mean, it wasn't much. It wasn't very hard to take the bumper off, but that was just another thing that I guess I just deal with there. Those are my 5 points on the honest review that I'm giving this Borla exhaust. Price point, just noise, sound wise, no tips or anything like that on the back. Just some of the things that I just didn't really like about it. What I will say about it is that I found that it was really easy to install. It did come in several different pieces, and it's basically just all bolt on. The instructions were great, super easy to follow, wasn't very tough or anything like that. If you do have a lift, it would definitely make life a lot easier. I didn't have a lift at the time that I was installing it, so I was definitely on my back and just kind of, you know, my arms were just kind of limited on how much I could move and stuff like that. Aside from that, it does also burble. For those of you guys that like the burble noise, it definitely burbles a lot, which could sound pretty cool if you like that noise. I think at first I thought it was fun, and then towards the end I was just like, yeah, it is what it is, right? But it definitely gives the car a lot more of a presence, I'll say that for sure. Maybe I just need to put some sound deadening pads or something inside. That way it'll just kind of keep it from making so much noise in the cabin. Would I purchase this exhaust again? If I'm being honest, I would probably look to see if maybe there was another exhaust out there. I was looking at different options. The cheapest exhaust that I found was about $800, and I definitely believe in quality over quantity. So I think that's kind of why maybe I pushed towards the Borla. I know that MagnaFlow, a couple other companies make exhausts for this. And at the time when I was first looking for an exhaust, there wasn't very many available for this specific trim. And I think maybe just because of the way that the bumper is fixed. So I definitely waited for quite a while for something to come out from Borla. When it finally did, I probably waited about 4 months or so to actually pull the trigger just because of that price point. But all in all, guys, I will say super easy to install. It does sound nice, maybe a little too loud for me personally, but if you like a little bit of loudness, then maybe this is your jam. I just wanted to just give you guys a quick review on this exhaust that I have. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave any questions that you have in the comments or anything like that. I just wanted to give you guys an honest review on it. You can make the decision whether you want to purchase it, or maybe this was good information for you to know, so that way you kind of know what you're kind of getting into before you even pull the trigger or anything like that. So hopefully this was informative for you guys. And again, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I love getting to interact with you guys, especially just when you guys inquire and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Lou Bar's Garage in our new garage. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed and liked, please do so, and we'll see you then, or we'll see you another time.